What's good, YouTube fam? It's your boy Tony, aka the Senator of Chaos and Controversy, and I want to touch upon something real quick. I know recently um, I've been talking about things challenging the whole "Is America racist?" The whole boogeyman approach to CRT, and where we are in this country as far as race relations go. I know there was a lot of pushback to me being the antagonist and putting that discussion on the table. Um, and I do that intentionally just so I can stimulate people to get them motivated to attack the topic, because I know many tend to shy away from because they don't want to be a part of that pot that's being stirred because it raises too much conflict and controversy to where they don't want to, in any way, shape, form, or fashion, go near or even touch it because it makes them feel uncomfortable. But as I stated before, I don't talk about things to make people feel comfortable. I don't go along just to get along, just to be in the good graces of people. I want to challenge people as I would like people to come and challenge me. That is my mission statement. I don't entertain the echo chamber. You know, on some things, hey, I appreciate people agreeing with me on certain things. That's just, finding ourselves on common ground on certain things. But there are a lot of things that are problematic that people have just brushed to the side conveniently, swept up under the rug, or just choose to conveniently not deal with. And basically, the attitude is that a lot of us feel that we've come so far in this country that they don't see things as an issue. And the reason being is that because it doesn't affect them personally. So why should it? And of course, they're going to go about with the mindset that they do. Okay? But for those that it does affect, those are the ones that we conveniently discard, ignore, dismiss. Okay? Now, this is going to take on a different tone in this video in regards to who I'm referencing as far as making that point. Okay? I know that it might have appeared when talking about certain controversial topics, such as is America racist, and for some to perceive it, it may have come across like I was pro-black and anti-white. Okay, and that wasn't the case. That wasn't the point that I was trying to make. I was trying to show the validation of some of these behaviors that are noticeable in certain areas of this country. Is why do they continue to exist? Why do they continue happening? And why isn't anyone stepping up to just nip it in the butt to say, hey, if we want to be unified, we need to just end this nonsense right here, right now, so that we can move forward instead of remaining stagnant. But of course, when you bring up certain things to talk about, it's problematic. Okay? But I want to talk about something that we conveniently take for granted. And that's getting to the truth of the matter of the actual race relations in this country. I understand the frustration when it comes to a certain group of white people who, and I've stated this before, who have reached out. They didn't care what color you were, as long as you had good intentions. Okay? If you was motivated to better yourself. And this would go primarily to those that are seeking jobs and trying to prove themselves worthy. because we have a lot of prejudices that we entertain. We have a lot of stereotypes that are out there that put people in a bad light, and some people entertaining, judging people based on those stereotypes. And a lot of people might say that's not true, but we all have them. We all have them. There's not one of us that don't entertain our own prejudices and entertain stereotypes on one level or another. Okay? Now, I know there are people within the white community that have given black people opportunities, and it was based on the content of their character. And that's another thing that I want to touch base upon too, the content of one's character, because that goes a long way. You see where you have people that are being viewed and looked at under a microscope, that are judged by their behaviors. And sometimes we don't know like where the frustration lies 9 times out of 10. Okay? It could be on both sides of the fence. It could be you have a black person that probably had a bad experience, not just one, but quite a few bad experiences when engaging with the white community, right? So he developed some type of perception when it came to white people in general. And then you had this one white person that just came along and just demolished that whole perception by how they were as an individual. And he had a good character, he had a good heart, or she had a good character, or she had a good heart. And they chipped away the walls that black individual have built up against white people. And say, hey, I'm not like them. We are all not like those bad experiences. There is good amongst us. Allow me to show you. Give me the chance to prove otherwise. And instead of that person going about the rest of their lives viewing every white person as being the same, it took that one individual to change that person's mindset. They opened up their home to this individual. They gave him a better job opportunity. They trusted him with certain finances around their family. And in return, they unwillingly became part of the family. Okay? Looking at it from a different lens. You had a white person who had bad experiences with black people. Okay? Probably got beaten up on a daily. Probably got bullied at school and stuff. So, you had this individual growing up with, some might say, justified reason to just hate black people. And then one day you had a black individual who came up and saw this young or this white individual getting beat or about to be robbed or whatever the case may be. He interjected. He said, this isn't right. And he stood by the side of this white individual and fought against those that was bullying this individual. And threw this white individual for a loop. And it messed up his understanding and his perception on looking at all black people as being the same. and beg the question, why is this black person standing as an ally, fighting alongside of me against these individuals who are also black? Content of one's character. As those seeing what's right and standing up for what's right and going against what is wrong, challenging those who are in the wrong. And before you know it, these people became the best of friends. You know, probably enlisted in the military together, had each other back when it came to wartime, made a home, supported each other and their families. They developed a bond. That's the part that we conveniently leave out when we talk about why most of us, or many of us, see America as being great, because we understand the country's potential to overcome and go beyond what divides us. But unfortunately, many of us can't see beyond or past our own differences. We entertain the negativity that keeps us separated, that keeps us apart. But we don't see where we come together on common ground. There was a reason and a sole purpose why when I've done videos in regards to law enforcement and how they have over time, and many people want to come and dispute it, but you can't take what's valid, what's embedded, what's been documented, to take away from the culture of policing here in this country and where it is flawed. But as I have stated before, what was perceived through the media's narrative and their one-sided perspective and drawing the attention to one side as it being problematic in one area, affecting the black community and only the black community, was a false narrative. It was misleading. To debunk and discredit that narrative, I went to talk about the Daniel Schaefers, the Ryan Whitakers, the Hunter Britton, and the other individual that I keep falling short when it comes to his name, but the one that was trying to protect the police, law enforcement, from a deranged individual, and he ended up getting killed. I'm just saying. But when it comes to the people pitting one side against the other, it doesn't get us anywhere. It just keeps us fighting amongst ourselves. And we gotta question why that is. We gotta question who is pushing that agenda. Because it seems as though if we continue to fight amongst ourselves, those who are above us, that control everything, can remain in power while we remain at a certain level, unable to rise. But anyway, that's all I got. Until next time, until next video, please like, share, and subscribe. Peace.